5 minutes.
Your awareness may be powerful enough to control your instincts. Your instinct will be to remove your hand from the box.
It's your girl Meesh, and welcome to another episode of the Luv MEESH Podcast. Hey, loves, and welcome to another episode of Luv MEESH Podcast. How you been doing? You started a new workout routine? I see you. You're gonna be summertime fine in no time. You took that dance class you always wanted to take. Have you started that podcast? You wrote that book yet? You started therapy? Oh my gosh, how has that been? You started journaling? Oh my gosh, right now, all your thoughts from the day. You started self reflection, just thinking back on past memories on how you could have done things better or how you behave if you come across that same situation. Have you been challenging yourself to be better today than you were yesterday? You didn't cut somebody out today? You didn't yell at that slow car ahead today? Okay, I see you. That's good. As long as you're growing and evolving and spreading love, you're on the right path. And I hope you see the fruits of your labor. Okay, so in today's podcast, I I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited to talk about Brother Rizza Islam. Okay, can you hear the hearts in my voice? Okay, Rizza is fine. Number one, this is a fine brother. Okay, Rizza Islam. Oh my God. He's intelligent, an intelligent, fine black man, giving me that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X vibes, giving me that chief leader vibes, giving me that my name is Kunta Kinte vibes. Okay, I am just like smitten with this brother. Rizza Islam from Chicago. No, from Compton, California. I'm just so proud of him. Like, in our society of indigenous, black, whatever, melanated beings, right? We had some very strong leaders, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and they were assassinated. You know what I mean? They're always infiltrated, killed, torn down. Um, and which makes me question the ones that are still in those leader positions that aren't being harassed, that aren't being like they labeled this man as a disinformation dozen. They try to infiltrate his bank accounts. Like, how you doing in life. If government ain't fucking with you, you ain't doing it right. You know what I mean? But if the government on your ass, you doing something right. Because it's almost like the government, there's good and evil everywhere, right? But majority of the government is evil. And sometimes I question, like, do I need to quit this job? You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally behind enemy lines. But I always say this to customers and they're like, no, stay. You're built for this. I'm so glad you took my call. Da, da, da. I ain't built to be nobody punching bag. Like, I do love talking. Like, that's my gift. Hello, here's the podcast. But sometimes the things I have to talk about, I could care less. Like, I really don't care about the taxes, y'all. Like, honestly, let me give you a story because this gonna cover my ass. I was speeding one day. If you're in Florida, you know where the building is. So I'm speeding across the highway. I'm always late everywhere. I'm gonna be fine as fuck, but I'm gonna be late. It's just the Libra way. But I'm gonna be there and be happy because I'll call out in a heartbeat. So if I show up, just be happy that I'm motherfucking there. Okay? But I was late and I was going really fast, like 60. 60 is what I'm always doing, no matter what the speed limit say. I got places to go. I feel like if you safe and you ain't trying to hurt nobody, you can speed. But if you know, a little tipsy, a little high, whatever, you might not be able to push them brakes fast enough to not, you know, cause some damage. So you might want to do speed limit, but I'm just playing, y'all. Be safe out there. Laws are made for a reason, right? But I was speeding. I was late. I had places to go, a check to catch. And the cop pulled me over. And he was like, how fast were you going? I was like, 60. He was like, you know what speed limit is? It was like 45. He was like, where do you work? I said, the IRS. He was like, do you know? And again, this is covering my ass. This is from a police officer. So you gonna come for me, you need to come for them too. He was like, do you know the IRS was only started to fund the war, and the war has been won and over for how long? Like, the IRS shouldn't exist. We shouldn't have to pay taxes. And I was like, oh my fucking God. And he was like, just slow down and, you know, take care. And he let me go. That seed was planted a long time ago. Now here I am working for these people. I reached 5 years, y'all. Congratulations. This is the longest I've ever worked for a company. Because once I get tired of their ass, I'm on to the next. Gonna give me 10-cent raise. What I'm gonna do with that? I'm a grown ass woman now. These bills hit a little different. And 10 cents ain't doing shit for me. So I usually leave. But when I hit IRS, they gave us something called locality pay that sat my little ass down, okay? So you get your regular raise, you get your regular bonus, you get your regular pay, you get locality. It's just like money coming at you left and right. And I'm like, oh my God, I really work for the motherfucking IRS. The same people that I despise, honestly. The same people that have done my ethnic group dirty since the beginning of time. Like, I'm literally working for the enemy, and I really feel bad about it. I do. So I've really given it to God. If this is where I'm supposed to be, hey, I'm going to be here. And if not, a new door will open and I will enter into that door. But when I tell customers, like, you know, I don't want to, you know, be here anymore. Like, you guys are getting a little outraged. You know, you're affecting me emotionally. And I'm sensitive about my shit. I'm a very sensitive person. So when they get to acting a fool, I don't be feeling it. I'm back. So where did I leave off at? Oh yeah, so my customers be like, no, stay. You know, I'm so glad you took my call. You know, you're a real people person. I'm so glad that you were here. And I know it's my heart. It's my spirit. It's that energy that God gives me. It's the whatever God put inside of me. I know I'm more than what people may think I am. And I know it comes from my heart, my genuine ability to care, my intuition. Like, even when I laugh, I can light up a whole room. And I can have a whole room smiling because of my laughter. Like, that's power and energy, y'all. Like, they don't really be telling us everything. But anyways, and then some customers would be like, you in the wrong field. You need to be doing therapy. So, I'm excited to like keep learning and building myself up as an individual so that I can continue to give back to the community, whether it's through my podcast or the hella ebooks I'm about to drop or my YouTube page that I'm excited to launch, like to really get them bitches up and running next year. I'm just so excited. Like, sometimes it may look like what you think it will be, but as long as it's helping the people, whatever method that is, then just keep doing it. You are on the right track. Like back in the day, they used to have TV shows like Ricky Lake and Oprah and stuff like that. They would have to go to big news broadcasters to get their foot in the door. It was just a lot different, you know. Back then, you have to know like a radio DJ host. You have to know the magazine editor. Like, it was so hard to get through these barriers back then. Baby, the internet came. Hello for these millennials. And it was like, bitch, I got my own TV show. I got my own radio show. I got my own podcast. We don't fucking need you. Like, a lot of more shit was free. And we just out here, like, helping each other free or pay. You can turn this a business. You can get paid from these podcasts. It's just, for me, I guess my ministry is just going to be to give it out for free and let it reach whoever it's going to reach, and to accept my love mints, you know, my donations or whatever. And it's just how I choose to do it. And then, later in life, if universe wants me to turn it to a business or whatever to get paid, I will. But for now, it's just like, hey, I'm learning all this stuff for free. I feel like even if I buy a book like this book, Message to the Millennials from Rizza, I think this book was $30, but the information that he put in here is way more worth $30. You get what I'm saying? So to me, that was free, because this book was worth a lot more. Plus, he put his life on the line to put this book out. And our life is priceless, right? So let's get into this book, because I love to talk. We'll be talking forever. So, Message to the Millennials. Did I tell you how far Rizza was? Oh my God. Okay. So this fine, indigenous, native to this land brother, led by Spirit himself, wrote a book for us, and I think everybody should get it. It's an amazing read. If I would just set my behind down, I could have finished it a lot faster, but I'd be going from book to book to book to book, to podcast to YouTube. I just have so many interests that I'll just be bouncing around like a lot. Like, I have so many podcasts that I listen to. I have YouTube people that I follow. Like, I divide them into categories. I'm learning about relationships and stuff so that I could be the best motherfucking wife. Okay. I'm learning about kids and babies and stuff so that I could be the best mom. And I'm also learning more about kids and stuff because I'm going to continue Auntie Boo's, and my nieces and nephews are getting older and stuff. And I want to share spirituality with them. So I'm so excited. And then I have my my publisher's page, where I'm going to do book reviews, kind of like this on my YouTube setting, and just recommend conscious books for your mind, for your health, for your body, for your soul. Let me see what other pages I got. Like, I always divide things in category, because that's just how my mind be. It'd be like, okay, I'm not finna do all this. Let me look at my different categories. So I got my Love Meesh, which is all me, which is spirituality and consciousness. I have Auntie Boo's, which is going to be me sharing consciousness on the kid level. And I actually want to do a photo shoot. I'm excited for that next year. I'm going to get shirts for all my nieces and nephews. There's 10 of them. And I'm going to get a shirt for me. I'm going to get pink, green, blue, and purple balloons. And I'm going to ask my god sister to help with the setup and stuff. And we're just going to do a photo shoot for the launch of my Auntie Boo's YouTube. And I'm going to teach everything that I basically been talking about on this podcast to the youth, like in a youthful way. And that's going to be my kid YouTube, because they can't really look at all my pages. I always we be leaving the kids out. We be leaving the youth out, y'all. We have to make sure that there's good avenues for them, because they always want to do what we do, and they can't do what we do all the time. I don't want them looking at my Meesh at night. So I can have a page, you can't go on that page, baby, but you can go to this one. So, and I have my Love Meesh Podcast, which is this. And then I have my Love Meesh Publishing. Again, that's going to be my bookworm. And then I have my shop, Love Me. It's going to be the website where I sell things or put them on there for free. And then I have my Meesh at Night, which is about the relationships and, sex and marriage and divorce and just all to do with relations, right? And then I started a new YouTube, y'all, The Mommy and Me. And I used to put this stuff on my Auntie Boo's page, but when the kids come over and they get my iPad, they're like looking at people get birth and stuff. And I'm like, let me just divide the two. Because on the Mommy and Me, I have fertility stories. I have at-home birth. I have how to make your own, baby's milk. All to do with motherhood, right? And that's just a little seed that God has planted in my heart. And I'm so excited to release the book, 1 in 4 Lessons from Infertility. That's going to be the first release. I got to redo Roses and Thorn. So that's going to be the first release, introduction to the Mommy and Me site. And so I'm excited to go on that journey, because it's my journey. You know what I mean? I know all about it. And most lanes I look in, I'm not in them yet. I'm not in the marriage lane. I'm not in the mommy lane. But there's a mommy in me, and auntie. I am a part of that. So most of these pages are at least lanes that I'm a part of, but I'm still learning about the lanes that I'm not into. So yeah, me getting all off topic. So, she had the baby. I be following people, y'all. Okay, so I think everybody should get this book, Message to the Millennials, because it is motherfucking amazing. They try to lie so much and hide information, but it's out there. And I didn't know Rizza Islam was at the table with the United fucking Nations when they were talking about we're gonna do a test for a pandemic to give you guys the tools and see how we were acting and shit. That wasn't no goddamn test. They just didn't want mayhem and uproar because they was gonna release that shit. And he was there. So at some point, he's been at the table with these wicked people to know, like with his Islam group. So I have highlights all in this book. And I'm going to just flip through and just tell y'all some exciting things. I wish I could read the whole thing, y'all. It's 155 pages. If I knew y'all would listen, I would do it. But y'all click off this bitch. I already know. So let's see. There are 11 chapters. And I am going to give you my favorite parts of each one. And, yeah, I just, if you can, when you get a chance, please get this book. I done took all these vitamins today and I'm burping and I'm tasting the damn vitamins. When you get this book, or when you get a chance, please get this book. I think it's something you should read. You should give it to your partner. You should give it to your kids, your family. Whether you believe this stuff or not, knowledge is power. I honestly feel like when you read something, it unlocks a door in your mind. And until you read that thing, or until you learn about that topic, or until it crosses your mind, that door you will never see that door ever. So I think different things that you learn are keys. And they're keys to doors. And when you open doors, you get to go to different places. You get to learn different things that opens other doors. And I really feel like that's how knowledge is. So chapter 1 is what is a millennial? So he says, we are not simply millennials, meaning Generation Y, those who were born between the years of 1981 to 1961 and even to the early 2000s. We are not simply the generation due to age, but the millennial, millili, is rooted in Latin meaning 1000, is the strongest of those within this generation. Can I say that again? I don't think y'all heard me. Milli, which is rooted in Latin, means 1000. It's the strongest of those within this generation. Y'all, we have been placed in this particular area because we are the strongest of the strongest. We are the baddest of the baddest. We were born for this era, okay? We're not going to take any pay. We're not going to take managers talking to us any kind of way. We're not going to take any kind of living conditions. We are the generation that will literally say, fuck you. You sit on it and you twirl. Like we're not scared of psychedelics. We're not scared of learning, holistics and medicine for ourselves. We're not afraid of going down the beaten path, even though people may look at us like we're crazy. We're not scared of we're not scared of being telepathic and learning about shamans and the spirituality and the different gods and God. Like, we are not scared. If you think back in time, we were beaten into submission. You had your family killed in front of you. You had your husband raped. You know what I mean? It almost made you behave. You were like a well-trained dog. And then you had kids and they were well-trained puppies. And we are the branch just like, fuck that shit. We can't be trained. You know what I mean? Y'all know, like, when you breed horses, you always got that wild horse that you got to pay the extra money to get trained. Speaking of, I remember going horseback riding with my friend Ttyl. That shit talking about, we spent a lot of money on this horse. I'm like, hell no, that mean this is the bad fucking horse. Sure enough, I get on this bitch, which, mind you, I was scared when she said that. This nigga ain't trained. You want me to get on an untrained horse? The fuck? And we really going in the wilderness and y'all go let me. I was like, I'll get on it if you hold it. She let that shit go. The horse all in the tree. I jumped off that shit without the feet in the saddle. I jumped the fuck down. Like, I'll meet y'all back over here when y'all get the fuck back. I'm sitting there talking to the people's daughter. Like, I'm not gonna do this shit. And I had no paid and everything. But when they say we have to pay extra money, that means that's a bad horse. That horse will not listen. You got to pay for that shit. So I just want you to know, whenever this podcast gets to you, you a bad bitch, okay? And I mean that as in, you're the strongest of those within this generation. And we need your gift. no matter what it is. It could be cooking, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be producing, it could be acting, it could be managing, it could be teaching, it could be mothering, fathering, auntying, whatever. We need your gift. We need you in this generation. We need you to continue to learn, evolve, get close to Creator, and help those around you. Because if you notice, every one person has planets revolving around them, planets of people. You have your family, you have your friends, you have your people from work, you have your strangers from the different communities that you form. And all of those people are connected to you. You're the sun in the middle. And you can either help them elevate, or you can help them, get off their path. So I don't think we realize like how powerful we are. Like, you literally are a sun in this bitch. That's how bright your ass shine, okay? And you probably go through the most because they want to stop you. So just, brush that shit off and know, if you wanting a bad bitch, you want nobody to be studying you, okay? The reason that shit be going wrong and left and right, because they want to break you, they want to stop you. See, they're trying to revert back to those old tactics. But what they don't know is you're the strongest of the strong. And you're like, fuck all of that shit. I'ma still do what I was called to do. So kudos to you. Okay, so he continues to say, every single one of us, we are the strongest of the strong because we chose to fight for what is right for the benefit of future generations. And I admire him alone for that. A lot of people, they live for themselves. And of course, if they have a family, they're going to live for their family. And if they have kids, they're going to live for their kids. But that's it. That's selfish. There's a whole world here. And how can you be that selfish when Malcolm fought for you? You know what I mean? When Martin Luther King fought for you. When Rosa Parks fought for you. You know what I mean? Harriet Tubman. So many people thought about everyone else outside of themselves. And it was for the best of the community. It sparked so many fires. Think of yourself as a match. And you're lighting all these other matches, and they can light up the whole world. It's not just about you. It's always about everybody else. I think of the greats. Billy Carson, Rizza Islam. Like, so many people. There's 100 doctors that are saying, don't get the shot. They're lying to you. This is what it really does. There's so many people putting their own lives. They have family, wives, and kids. They're putting their own lives on the line. And I commend that. Like, if you believe in Jesus, he died for the same people that was beating him. What greater love is that? Like, he could have been, man, if I was Jesus, y'all wouldn't be here right now. Be like, Lord, fuck this shit. These some motherfucking hoodlums. Let's go look and see what Earth 3 doing. Because, these niggas here, if they whip me one more time, I'm going to snap my fucking fingers. Like, see, the Lord know who to bring. The Lord knew Teresa wouldn't have been a good Jesus. He know. He was like, nah, I got something better for you. I'm going to need you to come around 1987 in Florida, Jacksonville. I got a little assignment for you there, okay? Because that one there, the fuck? Nobody would be here. But I am so appreciative. The more I learn, like, it's so many people that think outside of themselves for others, and I benefit for them. I didn't know them. I didn't donate to them, and they didn't have to do it. And I'm so grateful. You know what I mean? Like, that's love. Helping people you don't even know. People that ain't even born yet. That's what it's about. So anyways, let me just keep going. We are those who stand on the truth. We operate along facts more than opinions, and our opinion is based heavily on facts. So when I do be giving my opinion, y'all, I'm a nerd. I got a whole one notebook full of COVID facts and articles and shit. Like, when I say I don't agree with that shit and I'm not getting that shit, I have a whole one notebook full of tabs, full of additional tabs and additional pads and additional resources of why not. I'm just telling you what my opinion is, but little do you know I have a lot behind my opinion, okay? That's what they didn't know, too. This generation has a lot of people that went to college. Whether it's your AA, whether it's your BS, whether it's your master's or your PhD. That doesn't mean that you're smarter than someone else. What that means is, baby, give me an assignment and I'll complete that shit. Give me an objective and I'll argue it or I'll fight it. Give me access to those periodical reviews and I'll prove my point. They literally created us to be little lawyers, little do they know. And you send us out in this world and think we're going to play blind little sheeps. Like, no, you put us behind enemy lines and we know what's up now. You know what I mean? We're gonna use what you taught us for our benefit and not yours. We basically flipped the script on the ass. Okay. He said, well, we too are the graduating class. We no longer choose to operate along the lines of this world. We choose to operate above this world. I absolutely agree. We no longer choose to go along with what makes others comfortable. We choose to go along with what makes others who live life based on lies uncomfortable. We stand on facts. In fact, it's factually living. We will, in fact, never die. And I agree with that. I feel like there's more to this life than they tell us. And when you lie, you kind of set yourself up for failure. You know, when you sell drugs and stuff, the Lord can't help you beat that case and get out as much as you. And for some of them, yeah, there's little windows and loopholes and stuff. But because you were on the wrong side of the fence, God, like, what you want me to do? But had you done the right thing, now God can put people in your place to help you because you were what? On the side of truth. So always try to, stay on the side of truth because more windows will open for you. And I believe that's what, it be a lot of fables and stuff that just go over our heads. Like, stay on the straight and narrow path. Don't go off on this. Oh my God, Daddy told me that. So when I was graduating, he was saying, stay on the straight path. It's a lot of side paths, but just stay straight. No matter what, stay straight. Well, let me tell you, baby girl went all other paths, but I'm back. I had a little silly, so I had to see with my hard-headed ass, but I'm back. Like, he literally did tell me that on my graduation card. And what that really means is you only helping yourself by doing right. It's even in the Bible. Give Caesar what's his, so you don't end up in court and, all this other stuff. Just do what you're supposed to do. Like, we're in earth, but we're not from and of earth. That's in the Bible too, right? Like, I was here to do a motherfucking mission, and when the mission is complete, bitch, I'm out. So that means, earth, I see you, I see what you're doing, and it's a hell no for me. So we just have to remember that. Like, we're here, we got to play by their little rules, but they also have to play by the universal rules too, and that's how we beat them at the game. See, they got their little rules too, but if you play by the universal rules, they can't even bend them. So that's how you win. Let me see. I think that was it from one. Let me see real quick. And look, he confirms it. There is a universal truth which exists regardless of individual perspective. Truth is universal. A truth can be from an individual's perspective, differing from one another. But there's also the universal truth that exists regardless of an individual's perspective. So me and you may see a situation differently, but at the end of the day, there's a universal that is just is what it is, regardless of how you feel or I feel. And you might be on that side or I might be on that side. It doesn't really matter. So yeah. Let's see. This book just gave me so much life. Oh my God. He said we start with our own people, our own culture, our own nationality, our own group, and our own family. We are not defined by a time period. We are defined by a condition of morality. We define ourselves based upon our ability to stand firm and solid against evil, wickedness, wrongdoing, and all negativity. We are the modern day superheroes. Get used to people looking up to you. Get used to people disliking you, being attacked for standing on what is right. And of course, get used to being not accepted by this world. I think I reached that plateau. Like, I'm okay.
The last thing any millennial wants is to be accepted by a world built on lies. We should all seek to fight against such a world and to build one that is based and rooted in truth, facts, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and propels evolution. Now, all the spiritual groups I'm in, they all say, imagine a beautiful world. Imagine freedom. Imagine, the life that you want yourself to live in, your family to live in, your kids to live in. Imagination is powerful, y'all. It starts in your mind and then you bring it into form. So be thinking of the world that you want as well, and move like you are already in that world too. Let's see here. So he said, regardless of when you were born, 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, if you choose to be powerful and oppose the negative influences in the world by standing on the positive of this world to create a better universe, then that qualifies you as a millennial. So be happy to know that you're included in the evolutionary march and the revolutionary push for survival of the human family. Think you can handle it? We'll see by the end of this book. I put, yes, sir. Like I already knew, like, look. And you know what? It's so comforting to me. Like I keep saying, this is going to be what? This did make year 5. I've been 5 years at IRS, makes 5 years on the journey because I started the journey right in my little cubicle at IRS. It was so funny. It reminds me of the damn Matrix. Remember when he was in this fucking cubicle at work? That was fucking me, but I didn't get Morpheus and all that stuff. But I do remember at my little cuticle and I ran across Seven Bomar. He was talking about all this esoteric shit and every other word he was saying I didn't understand, and I just was writing down all these keywords. I still got all the little sticky notes where I wrote down all the keywords, and little by little I started to understand. I did not give up, and here I am today, like the best teacher. You know what, even if you become a master, let's think of a black belt. A true black belt should know, even though I'm a black belt, I'm nothing. Because there's other arts out there that you haven't mastered. So even when it comes to esoteric, like the wisest teachers should know, like you call them a master, but they know, I know nothing. Because there's so much more to know. Like, that's just like learning Earth. Now, how many other planets and universes and galaxies you got? You ain't even mastered this one yet. Like, sit your ass down. So, I'm so surprised because the things that he was talking about in the book, like I've heard them before. I'm learning about them. I'm getting books, I'm getting better in it. But I still know, bitch, I don't know shit. I may know more than the people around me. Or I may know more than different people who this may not be their subject. But still there's so many more. And then there's some people that stick to one subject. Their subject is yoga. That's all they do. Yoga to the tip top. But I'm not that type of person. I'm going to learn yoga, and I'm going to learn about food and herbs, and I'm just a well-rounded, like, you're going to always find me doing multiple things because, like, why not? Like, I don't know. I guess it's just my interest pattern. But we're going to go to chapter 2. Chapter 2 is social media. I think it's all safe to say that we can all agree and come to a consensus and one full understanding when we look at the fact that social media is not free. Now, this shocked me, y'all. I remember my mom telling me, that they're selling your information, or that they're watching you through your phone. I'm like, I don't care, Mom. I ain't selling drugs or whatever. Like, what? Then I was like, bitch, I'm the one that don't like to walk around this bitch with my clothes on. That could be a predator's field day. Like, let's see what Meesh doing today. And I'm like, oh my God. And I started covering up my phone. And I was like, oh my God. Like, this is how when we see the presidents going to become president and all the dirt comes out, this is how. Those cell phones, those beepers, those laptops, like, they have access to your whole life, and what you thought no one knew, what you wanted to be private, is what they expose. Now, ain't that some shit? So it's not keeping your information to protect you from identity theft, which is what they should be getting it for. They want to use it for their benefit. That's what people that bribe you do. And people that bribe you are up to no good. So when she told me that, I was like, and she told me to look at the social media. It's something on Netflix called Social Media Experiment. That's what it's called. And they literally are getting paid. Like, porn used to be number 1 and real estate was number 2. Shout out if you got your real estate license. Yes. It's a buyer's market right now, honey. I am not, seller's market. I am not finna buy. Like, sellers are having a field day. But I deleted social media. I was like, are you kidding me? Social media is number one. These bitches is getting paid from my I'm happily posting shit every day. Y'all know I lived on my social media. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of them. Not really YouTube, but the personal ones, I would put my whole life story on there. Y'all getting rich and ain't send me $50. Ain't fill my tank up. At least you can do is give me a free gas card. Like, they are making, like, that is the number one industry right now, social media. So my question is, where those stocks at? Why we can't get in on the social media game? Why they making all this money and we don't know it? Why we can't get in on the social media game? I want to build my portfolio and make money too. It's just like, it's so unfair how they do us. They be making all this money off of us and don't be telling us. I don't like that. Okay, let me get another one of his CDs going. Come on. Boy, I tell you, this thing be so slow. I'm impatient for a reason. Things move really, really, really fast. Like lightning fast. And this shit just, oh my God. Even the word loading irks my nerves. Like, what do you mean loading? Like, be already. Just be. So I'm on, if you know Forbidden Knowledge, he makes songs. I didn't know that. Now, I knew he was featured on other rappers' songs, but he actually does beats. And I love beats. I can listen to beats all day. And he also does affirmations and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I see you. And he's giving back to the community. He knows our people love music. And he's giving us music with good hertz and frequencies and stuff. Little do we know. And I just appreciate him for doing that. He didn't have to do that. Okay, let me see.
Of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in the fire of the infinite all.
I might have to do shuffle, y'all.
Lost in the space-time.
He got so many songs. Oh, damn.
Seeing the children of men in their...
Okay, let's see if it keep going. Okay, sorry for the interruption. So I just deleted it. I was like, I don't want any parts of it. And then I saw, y'all, mark my words, in China, they have the social credit score. So if you post, y'all know I don't give a fuck anyway. If you post, like, don't get the shot and stuff like that, they started taking my posts down. Like, this is true stuff. Like, doctors are backing this up. I might not have a PhD, but doctors are, your same doctors, because, you know, doctors have access to resources that we don't. And lawyers have access to resources that we don't. Like, they have their own, like, web browsers and different things that they have access to look at laws if they're lawyers and to look at, you know, different research and different trials and patients and stuff if they're doctors and nurses that we don't have access to. So on some of the sites, on my COVID-ish one, look, it'll say, like, are you a doctor or are you, you know, a patient? And depending, if you click on doctor, you got to do your credentials to have access. So that even shows you that they don't even want us to know all the shit that they know. But I was like, okay, y'all gonna keep taking my stuff down even though I'm right? Like, I don't want to be a part of something that is taking stuff down that could save somebody's life. And let me tell you, my journey is a little bit different. Like, when I was very young, my cousin died. So death hit me real young. And we was close. Like, my aunt had married, and it was this, you know, it was her husband's son. And we was close. And to just hear, like, he's dead and you're not going to see him no more. Like, what the fuck, at a young age? And then as I got older, you know, people around me started to die. And although they weren't close, it was like, dang, like, people is dropping like flies. And then it started to hit closer and closer to home within these last, I would say 10 years. And at the time, my significant other's mother had died. And I was like, oh my God, Like, she had cancer, and to know all the stuff that I know now, I could have saved her. You know what I mean? There's herbs and remedies and tantrics and stuff. And, you know, it makes me sad at times because it's like, if I had been on this journey earlier, you know, I could have saved her. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be cancer or death. Just our people are obese. Our people have diabetes. Our people have high blood pressure. Just like if we all were on our shit and just learning what we're supposed to learn and eating what we're supposed to eat and exercising and doing what we're supposed to do, we would be living longer. Like, I know what it feels like when someone's parent died. Like, my best friend mom is not around. Like, there's no telling what she goes through with her mom not being here. When my significant other's mother died, his whole world crumbled. He was not the same person. Like, he didn't even know how to exist. And even now, like, if I call my mom for anything, she is there. That's just how parents are. So when they leave, it just puts you in a different space. It's like you're just thrown out here to the wolves because there's no love like parents love. And it's like they literally got us out here killing ourselves with a spoon and a motherfucking fork, plate, bowl, and cup. And this shit is just ridiculous. I'm just so tired of it. And it's like, when you learn and you open your eyes and you look around you, it's like, I don't even want to be here. Like, why am I even on this planet? Like, you try to tell people and they, oh, well, I'm going to eat my burger. And they kind of like make jokes like, ha ha ha, this shit isn't funny. Like, the joke is on you. Now, don't be calling me when, you know, you go on your chemo treatments and you want somebody to drive you. Don't be calling me, you know what I mean, when, you know, you on your deathbed and you want me to give you a will, you want me to write down your will for your kids. It's like, we live in they got us wanting to YOLO live one. No, it's not no YOLO, you only live one. Bitch, every single thing that you do right now affects how long you live. That's how this thing should be. And I don't know, it just be so frustrating. Like, the more I learn, it's just like I don't relate. The more I learn, the harder it is to relate with others. And so I'm just thankful that my sisters are with me. I have my 2 blood sisters and my best friend, that's my soul sister, spirit. Oh my God, that's my soulmate. Oh my God. I've been around here like, Laura, where is my soulmate? Bitch, my soulmates are all around me. Okay? My soulmates are all around me. And they aren't distracting me with dick. Okay? They're helping me spiritually and I love it. So soulmates can be anything. People, pets, women, men, whatever. But I just realized that, like, my soulmates are all around me. And I'm so thankful that they're journeying here, because if they weren't here, I would feel so alone. Like, I really wouldn't have anybody to bounce these ideas against. Sometimes they even give me things to go learn and research on my own. Even my cousin, she's on her business shit, but she's learning her spirituality too. And when I send her stuff, she doesn't, like, you know, get overwhelmed that I'm sending her stuff or get mad. She be like, she even tells you, like, thank you for sending me stuff. I really appreciate it. You know, I might not do everything that you say, but thank you for sharing with me. That is my love language. I care. If I didn't care about your ass, eat the motherfucking burgers till somebody call me and tell me you died. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Eat yourself to death. If I didn't care, I wouldn't tell you. Like, knowledge to me is love. Teach me something, bitch. Teach me how to get my credit score together. Teach me how to get in my fucking car. Shit. Teach me how to start a business, get a house. Knowledge. Everybody running around here talking about they love each other. You ain't teach nobody shit. Talking about you love. Okay, love. All right, love. I see the level of love you on. But anyways, I was like, that's it for social media for me. So I'm on Telegram. Telegram doesn't stop your shit. And I'm on YouTube because I learned a lot of the stuff on there. I do feel like YouTube is going to start charging in the future. And I'm honestly willing to pay. If they don't take this shit down, I am willing to pay to stay on there. I've learned about past regression now. I can't wait to give you guys a podcast on that. This lady can literally hypnose people. And they tell about being in their mom's womb. They tell about being a tree. They tell about being with God. They tell about their future life. They tell about their past. They tell what's finna happen. They tell about aliens. Like, what the fuck? This is the shit that we should be on. But they got us up here watching reality TV shows and just fucking lost in the sauce and shit. Like, we're really supposed to be, as spiritual beings, as electric beings, we should be learning more about our electrical body and learning more about our spirituality and learning more about a creator, because what the fuck you think gonna happen when you die? You're going to a creator that you know nothing about? You know, how sad is that? I don't know. To each their own. We do have our own journeys. But anyways, with this social media, let me get back to it. What I thought was so surprising is he said the Constitution is supposed to protect the right of privacy. It's supposed to protect the right to freedom of communications between persons and groups. However, where there is free access to information, there will always be those who seek to control or manipulate information for their vested interests. He also mentioned financial gain. Now, I did a whole podcast on 9/11. Check it out. I honestly thought 9/11 was Osama bin Laden. I was like, good, they got him. When I found out that shit was staged by our own people, my heart broke. Like, we probably killed that man in vain if he didn't escape. And mind you not, I just found out Osama bin Laden was in the CIA, and so was Obama. Like, that's like training a military person to be a sniper and, sending him on a mission to kill somebody and then telling the world that he killed the person. Bitch, you told me to kill the person. It's like a scary world, y'all. It's like they can tell you to do something and then turn their backs on you the next moment. I don't know. It's a scary world we live in. But anyways, go check out the podcast 9/11. Man, there's so much stuff out there on that. Now, I guess people were scared to talk about it. But as the years go by, people get more fed up and truth start to come out. Time reveals all. Just give it time. He explained, information became too accessible. It exposed the government to a new level of vulnerability. The secret data war was revealed. It was not something they expected because they never wanted the public to be able to access the information, yet they wanted to have all access to the public's information in the name of national security. So remember when I was just saying the credit social score, they're going to tie everything together, your social media, your banks, your work, your health. Like, no. I don't need nobody controlling all that shit. Y'all stay motherfucking divided like y'all are now. And to give me a motherfucking credit score, like if you go look at Black Mirror, there's an episode on that. That lady couldn't even buy a house, couldn't travel, couldn't use her car, all because of her fucking score. And I feel like Black Mirror was like, bitches, this is what's coming. Y'all better prepare. I hear in certain countries like China, they're deleting debt and stuff. Like, the only reason they would delete debt is because something new is on the horizon. Like, what else are you going to use to bribe us? It's going to be this fucking credit score. Did you get the shot? You get 1,000 points. You didn't get the shot. This ain't no motherfucking video game. That's how those kids are right now with Fortnite and shit. Getting so many coins, you can buy a new outfit and all. Like, fuck that. Don't put me in no goddamn video game. So, y'all be careful because credit score is coming. So I was like, let me delete this shit because I'm going to post what the fuck I want when I want. And they kept taking it down and people wasn't listening anyway. So I was like, okay, whatever. I found a group. I'm glad. I found a group of people that's sharing more information with me on Telegram. More information with me. I found doctors and nurses and lawyers and all. And good. Things happen for a reason. I'm glad I found my community. I'm glad I found my tribe. Same thing with YouTube. So let me see. I believe it was September 11th, the Twin Tower bombing, or what they refer to as a terrorist attack. I love how he did that. If you do not know what truly happened on that day, is something that you absolutely must learn, because 9/11 has been known as one of the most, if not the greatest, justifications to invade foreign nations and destroy the constitutional protections of its citizens, as well as destroy the security of sovereign foreign nations, all in the name of national security and protection of American citizens, all a lie. There are over 2,000 engineers calling for the reopening of the files dealing with 9/11 due to there being so many scientific inaccuracies, far too many things to name here. But let us get back to social media. He mentioned... Oh, yeah, this is interesting, y'all. After 2001, 6 Degrees was shut down. And in March of 2002, Friendster was launched. In July of 2002, Friendster reaches 3 million users. Very interesting. In May of 2003, the image sharing site known as PhotoBucket is launched. I had PhotoBucket, y'all. Millions of users are now sharing photos and uploading images of themselves onto the World Wide Web. Now, remember 2001 after 9/11, something else happened that was extremely vital and that we should all know about. The Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution protects the right of privacy. It states that the right of people to secure in their person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause and supported by an oath. What I find interesting is that a way to justify the violation of privacy came in the name of national security and the protection of the citizens as the U.S. Patriot Act. The U.S. Patriot Act is an acronym. Congress passed the Uniting and Strengthening American by providing appropriate tool required to intercept and obstruct terrorism act. Goddamn. All them alphabets mean something, y'all. This is the full name of the Patriot Act. What does providing appropriate tools mean and to intercept and obstruct terrorism? Let's break it down. Friendster, 2001-2002, Friendster launched. 2002, LinkedIn is born for hiring agencies to locate new job applicants. 2003, PhotoBucket is launched. August of 2003, here comes MySpace. Very interesting. By 2004, Facebook is created. But think about this. 2015, MySpace has 50.6 million unique monthly visitors and a pool of nearly 1 billion active and inactive registered users. In June of 2009, MySpace employed approximately 1,600 employees. Now, what was it that the U.S. Patriot Act stated? What was it for again? Providing appropriate tools required to intercept and obstruct terrorism. So by the time Facebook was created, the government had already established a way to monitor the citizens by a way that the citizens would freely allow. February 2004, Flickr is launched. April 2004, Facebook ads are launched and supported exponential growth. June 2005, Reddit is launched in February. Early in 2005, YouTube is born. July 2005, MySpace reached 22 million users and is growing at a rate of 2 million per month. God damn. By November 2006, YouTube was acquired by Google for $1.65 billion. Twitter is created September 2006. The Facebook news feed section goes live by August 2007. Hashtag starts to come out to Twitter by October 2008. Spotify is created February 2009. Facebook creates the like button. And by May 2009, Facebook surpasses MySpace in users for the first time. By September 2009, Facebook announces that its cash flows is positive for the first time. By March of 2010, Pinterest go live. By October of 2010, Instagram launches and hits 1 million users within the first 60 days. July 2011, Snapchat is launched. And by April 2012, Facebook purchased Instagram for $1 billion. By October 2012, Facebook reaches 1 billion active users. Now, something to be very mindful at this point is October 2012, Facebook is now considered the largest social media site, having acquired Instagram. It is not only heavily monitored by Mark Zuckerberg, but Mark Zuckerberg is actively meeting with members of the government and as it relates to information on citizens. We're on there to catch up with classmates, to have fun, for entertainment, and whatever the fuck we want. We're not on there for the government to not have to need subpoenas. We just gave them access to our home without being in their home. It's like people be selling weed on there and everything. It's like, is you stupid, is you dumb? It's like they don't need subpoenas anymore. The cell phone and social medias are the subpoenas. Okay. Yeah, I was just like so over social media. Then he mentioned Snowden. Let me see. He mentioned facial recognition. It was something in this section that really spooked me out. Let me get to that part. Here we go. Do you truly believe they care about what you put on your toast? What color shoes you have on? The type of costume your son or daughter wore for Halloween? No. These are additional pieces of the agenda. They allow you to do these things. These were incentives so that you would give up your freedoms easily with a fantasy. It is the apparent sea of free will. It is the apparent sea of carefree living. With freedom comes a level of control. With control comes a level of responsibility. If you're willing to give everything and place it an unlimited universal arena, which is the internet. You also have to figure into the equation the unlimited possibilities of how your information can be used against you. And yeah, that was it. There are too many movies that have come out about this. There are too many government mind control systems that are in place. That's true, y'all. People have been on Snap talking about they don't know how they killed somebody. They have like mind control, y'all. Like, those movies aren't movies. Like, how humiliating is it that they literally do stuff and put it in a made-up movie and show you? It's almost like, oh, I need to start back that series, How to Get Away with Murder. Like, are you kidding me? You literally created a crime, put it in a movie, and everybody eating popcorn talking about that was a good movie. No, that was somebody's fucking real life. Okay, so let me see. There are too many government mind control systems that are in place. They came out with the Project Heart. They came out with Project Pegasus. They came out with Project Watchtower, Project Paperclip, Project Bluebird, renamed Artichoke Project, Project Bluebeam, Project MK, Naomi Project, MK Ultra. I've heard about that one. I gotta look up the other ones, y'all. There are far too many to name for us to sit back and believe that it's all simply free and that you have nothing to worry about. Y'all, this shit scared the fuck out of me. Let me see. At a certain point, you wake up, and now that you want to rock the boat, it may be a little difficult. You may face a loss of something you love. You may face a loss of things that you have become accustomed to having. Yes, I really did love social media, y'all. You may face many difficult or uncomfortable things. I put job because if they don't get with the shit, I'm going to be out of a job. So he said, don't get caught up in the fiction of this thing that we call social media. Don't get caught up in the fantasy. I feel like that's what virtual reality is going to bring us. Do y'all remember being young and playing movie, MVUE? We had the little people we would get the coins and we could create our apartment and get our bed and our sofa. So it was like before Sims, and we would have to put so much money in that game. Like, that's what virtual reality is going to be like. My niece has it, and I haven't played it yet, but my mom said her room was like a Japan room, and it's so nice. Like, it's literally a movie out there. What is the name of that movie? With the little boy, he won. Well, anyways, it's a movie with virtual reality where this boy, this girl, and this other kid, that you would have to play games in the virtual reality to win. Like, the man had died to win his company, and they won. But in the real world, they lived in a motherfucking trailer, one room, if that. And like, they really loved to go into virtuality because it was just so much better than the world they were living in. Like, don't be trying to fuck up Mother Earth and give us this goddamn virtual reality because the earth sucks that bad. Like, no, we need to stay in this reality and clean it up and stop trying to build something else. Like, fix what you already have. Let me see. He said, don't get caught up in giving yourself freely by posting every damn type of emotion you have, posting every argument you have, posting every situation that occurs when it does not truly give you a benefit to anyone, but the same system that benefits off your degradation. Simply be mindful because the reality is much different. I wish this shit would stop playing. Oh! My car is getting on my nerves. Listen here. Okay, let's see. Simply be mindful because reality is much different. And I put in my notes, I be writing in all my books. When I go away, and when somebody read my books, they gonna see all my little books. I get this from my grandma. She be writing all her Bibles up. I really should have a notebook aside each book that I read, but I just be writing in the book, so I ain't gonna be able to sell none of these books. But that's okay, because I want to keep them. And I put VR, virtual reality. This was the scary part. There is something that many people don't want to hear because it's very difficult to detach from a system that benefits to your degradation, but gives you a feeling of euphoria. Let me see. What you post does affect your international travel and your entry into other countries. They study what you post. They study what you do, and it transfers elsewhere. I feel like, are they trying to collect our data to put them in our clones? Like, I was like, let me stop giving them information, because if they make a clone, it's going to know everything about me. Like, no. Like, most business people are only on social media for their business, but everybody else, little do they know, everybody else is making money off of them. Let me see. No, I want to get to the part where he was saying everything on here. We give them access to everything. Let me see. Let me see if I wrote it down. Let me see. Yep, this is it. It says Dropbox being utilized through Google can have access to all of your content that you store in it. They can look at every document, every word, every page, every video, every picture, every file. Y'all, do y'all remember growing up, we had McAfee on our computer? And y'all remember McAfee went away? Don't nobody get nothing on the computer anymore? Have y'all noticed that? Like, there's nothing on your computer protecting itself. And my sister, she mentioned a VPN, well, I don't know what the V is, but private network. So she can set it to like Russia and see, because some stuff we can't see. Like they block U.S. networks against seeing certain. Like people in Canada right now on my Telegram, they're like, "Thank you for posting this because we can't see it in Canada." Like they literally are like in the background controlling what we see and we don't even know it. But let me see if I can find it because I think I went. I remember this reminded me. I had put The Circle because it kind of what he was talking about kind of reminds me of the movie The Circle. If you haven't seen it, catch it. Let me see. Anyways, I can't find it. It's so I don't wrote and all this shit. But he was saying every single thing we put on this phone, they have access to. It's silly to think you're protected because you're not. And the same people, I wouldn't care about the information being out there. But I already know the same people who are supposed to be protecting me will use my information for harm. So it's like putting our information in the wrong hands. That's my problem. Let me see if I can find it. He talks about so much, y'all. I can't even read all this because it's too much. Let me see. He said we communicate face to face with each other less. We go outside and spend time with real people less. Like virtual reality. Yeah, I've noticed that. Our human interaction is going down. He said it's a smartphone because it gains more intelligence about us from what we put in it. He says, so what is it when you are physically next to someone, rather than using your lips and your thoughts from your brain and your mind to communicate directly to that person, you'd rather go through technology to communicate with them? What does this mean? What is going on? How serious is this becoming? Brainwashing. So everything that we create is basically a mimic of what we can already do as humans. So you can already talk to each other. There's a phone that allows you to talk. Of course, it helps you with long distances and stuff like that. However, there are people with special powers that can communicate telepathically. So instead of them teaching us methods and introducing us to different herbs, even they burnt down the Amazon. I'm pretty sure there was so many special herbs there. Instead of heightening our senses to do this stuff, which we can naturally do as humans, they want to give us this artificial stuff because they can control it. See, if you have telepathy, nobody can control that. It's in you. You could communicate with people who have that gift, or maybe whoever you want. Who knows? I don't think I have that gift strong enough to really see how it works. I know I have it with my close people, like my sister for sure, my 2 sisters for sure, and my best friend. And I think the more you vibrate with people or are close to people, just like women with their periods, the more it heightens. So I don't really know if it works for strangers yet. That's something I need to try out. But instead of teaching us that, they'd rather give us this, because they can't control it, they'd rather give us the stuff that they can shut down. So what are we all going to do when they shut down the internet? It's like they want us to be at their mercy instead of the other way around. But it's going to be a part 2 because that was only chapter 2. So let me wrap this one up, because you're going to have to catch chapter 2. Because you know your girl is long-winded. So how do we end this? Namaste, Lovaste, always vibe. Hi, babe. Thanks a million for listening. There's a million podcasts in the world. You clicked on this one, this one, to hear what I have to say. I hope Universe has a special message for you. You can reach me on Linktree at /love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?